One niche that has taken a bit of a backseat over the last couple of years has been crypto gaming. It's lost some attention because other niches have come through. We've had the likes of artificial intelligence, which has been huge. It has sucked so much attention away. And also real world assets, that again has sucked so much attention away. But if you remember back in the last crypto bull cycle, the same thing kind of happened. Other narratives like DeFi, we had an NFT boom, they all sucked attention away from crypto gaming. And then towards the end of the crypto bull market, boom, we had a massive influx of crypto gaming projects and returns. We had the likes of Gala, Mana, Sand, increasing by over 2,500% towards the end of the last crypto bull market. And the crypto gaming industry has improved a lot since that moment 3 years ago. So the industry is no longer hanging on the coattails of companies like Meta. Therefore, in this video, I want to take you through what could be arguably defined as the king of crypto gaming altcoin projects. I want to take you through Immutable X. Before diving into Immutable X, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button down below. And if you want to enjoy more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. It would greatly help me out. And of course, if you don't want to miss out on any videos, hit the bell notification icon down below too. Secondly, if you're finding it difficult to navigate this market because there is just an overwhelming amount of information out there, and all you want are the key insights on a weekly basis wrapped up in one email, then my 80/20 crypto newsletter is the place to head to. The link to that is down in the description down below. We would love to have you. It is all about navigating the crypto markets safely. This industry is amazing. It can provide life-changing returns, but only if you navigate it safely and you know what to look out for. So if that is of interest to you, go and check out the link down below. Now, with all of that being said, let's take a look at Immutable X and find out if it is fit to wear the gaming crown. At its heart, Immutable X is a layer 2 blockchain ecosystem that is trying to become the fundamental platform for crypto gaming. Your games, your way. So in a nutshell, the Immutable X platform allows developers to, one, create blockchain-based games without developers needing to have some form of blockchain experience. So that's a big win. And two, it also allows users to pick up and play blockchain-based games without needing the technical know-how on how to use blockchain tech, such as Web3 wallets, for example. So it is trying to make it far easier for games to incorporate blockchain technology so that one day in-game items and in-game point systems will be completely interchangeable with players, so between players. And here we can see some of the games that are already listed within the ecosystem. Ember Sword, Guild of Guardians, Cool Cats are in there, Pixelmon, Illuvium, Gods Unchained. So these are some of the games that are currently within the ecosystem. Now, Immutable X's layer 2 infrastructure is split between two sections. On the one side, we've got Immutable ZK EVM, and this is an Ethereum virtual machine compatible ZK rollup powered by, as we can see on here, powered by Polygon. And then on the other side, we have Immutable X, so it's also called Immutable X, and this is another ZK rollup, but this time it is powered by Starkware. Now, both of these layer 2s are secured by Ethereum, and both allow for the development of blockchain games. And what sets these apart is that Immutable's ZK EVM offers smart contract functionality, so this allows for the development of far more advanced game mechanics, and is also interoperable with the Ethereum ecosystem. Meanwhile, Immutable X, which is powered by Starkware, that offers zero gas fees and instant transactions, so therefore it is way more efficient. So it allows for more efficient gameplay. So so it says on here, building games at scale. So it allows for, if there are, I don't know, hundreds of thousands or millions of transactions, Immutable X would be the way to go for developers. On the other hand, if you want advanced gaming mechanics, Immutable ZK EVM would be the way to go. So games developers now have the opportunity to pick either of these, on which to base their games. In addition to the layer 2 blockchain gaming networks, we also have something called the Passport, and this is for instant gamer onboarding, as we can see here. So it's developed its own passport, and this is helping to streamline users and the onboarding of users. Now, Immutable X was first founded back in 2018, and it was founded by James Ferguson, Robbie Ferguson, and Alex Connolly. The protocol, which is headquartered in Sydney, we can see that here on the LinkedIn page, has over 240 people working behind the scenes. So this is a big project. And as a result of the fact of its sheer size and the number of people that it has working for it, over the last couple of years, the company has forged a lot of really great partnerships, including with protocols such as Axelar, Avalanche, and also Ultra. And of course, we've already seen some of the games, the caliber of games that are existing in the ecosystem. And one of the best places to look for some of these partnerships is in the media page on Immutable X. Just on this page alone, we've got OKX partnering to unveil a GameFi Launchpad. We have Immutable and Ubisoft, one of the biggest games developers in the world, partnering to pioneer frictionless Web3 gaming experience. Polygon Labs, partnering with Polygon Labs, Ava Labs. Now, we've heard a little bit about Immutable X and the ecosystem and what it offers, but what about the native token? And the native token for Immutable X is IMX. And IMX, fortunately, is integral to every aspect of the Immutable X ecosystem. So we can see here it's used for transaction fees, staking, governance. It's needed for the gas fees on Immutable X and also for rewards. Now, looking at some of the figures for Immutable X, the IMX coin currently stands at a market cap of $3.3 billion, near and as closer to actually $3.4 billion. Out of a maximum supply of 2 billion, 1.4 billion are currently in circulation, so just shy of 75%. As for the remainder of IMX tokens, we can see there is a full vesting schedule on the IMX website, and the remainder of those IMX coins are all going to be released by October 2025. And then quickly going back to the price chart, this is the all-time price chart, so we can see that price spiked very early days in November of 2021, right at the peak. It was only launched just before the peak of the last crypto bull cycle. Prices got up to approximately 8 cents, 8.5 cents, subsequently collapsed due to the bear market and also increasing the supply over time. But most recently, like a lot of altcoins in the market, we've seen an uptick in activity since October of 2023, and we've seen prices peak at $3.60 back in the peak at March. Now it's the time of the video where we need to take into account some of the key upsides for IMX. What could drive the price of IMX higher if this was something you were to invest in? Likewise, what are some of the risks that could see the price of IMX collapse to zero? Because that is a possibility for every altcoin in this market. But starting with the upsides, Immutable X is probably, by the looks of things, as close to the center of gaming as you can get. Therefore, if the narrative of crypto gaming hits the headlines for whatever reason, doesn't matter what the reason is, Immutable X and IMX are likely going to benefit. When a lot of people think about crypto gaming, they immediately think of Immutable X. Therefore, positive news will positively impact IMX's price. Now, Immutable X has exhibited some great adoption over the years. So another positive upside is that we've got the likes of Gods Unchained, Illuvium, Ember Sword, and the number of games has been consistently growing. Which means that developers have obviously found some benefit from developing in the ecosystem, which is a good sign for the future. It means that it's likely or more likely that developers will continue building on the ecosystem in the future. Another thing that can work to IMX's advantage is that the majority of token unlocks have already happened. So we've had the worst of the token unlocks for IMX. That's behind us. And although over the next 12 months, we will see new supply hit the market, investing in IMX now is very, very different to what it would have been like investing in IMX when the coin was first launched back in 2021. Finally, competition within this kind of infrastructure crypto gaming zone is almost non-existent. It's not perfectly non-existent, but there aren't that many key players in this space, especially projects that are trying to do something similar. And none of them come close to the size and adoption that Immutable X has experienced. So it is a clear front runner in the space, which means that, again, for developers, it's where your eye will immediately be drawn to if you are developing a blockchain-based game or want to incorporate blockchain technology into what would have been a Web 2 based game. And that all sounds great, but what about the risks now? What about the risks to IMX? What could cause this project to effectively fade away and disappear to zero? Well, one of the worst risks that I found out about this project was that a large percentage of the token supply is controlled by wallets operated by the Immutable X Foundation. And that means in total, something close to 40% of the fully diluted value of IMX is located within native wallets. And while that could be used for ecosystem growth and for other things that will benefit the overall development of the project, having that much locked away in native wallets is not the best scenario. It would be better if you had an equally distributed version of token allocations, therefore limiting the risk that if anything went wrong with the ecosystem, the project wouldn't simply just dump a load of IMX tokens onto the market to solve the problem. Another key risk for me here is that for true mega adoption, Immutable X still needs to navigate the pathway between Web 2 and Web 3 gaming. Web 2 gamers and developers have not been the biggest fans of introducing blockchain tech to games. And until this changes and users become more familiar with it and use services such as Passport, for example, that Immutable X are building, projects like Immutable X kind of have, or do they have kind of a glass ceiling above them at the moment? Just purely because adoption is not there at the moment. We haven't seen a really, really big games brand develop a huge game that has blockchain tech built within it. And until that point, I think that glass ceiling does exist. Next up, I want to highlight the chart of TVL. Here we have the DeFi Llama TVL chart. And although we saw an increase in the first quarter of 2024, we've then seen a bit of a reduction back through April and May. And although that is shared by the remainder of the crypto market, it would suggest, at least at the moment, that interest in Immutable X is waning slightly. And then finally, we have to talk about this inflationary supply that is going to hit the market over the next 12 to 18 months. So we've got 500 million tokens that are going to hit the market. And while it's great that the full vesting schedule will be over by October of 2025, it does mean that there is going to be 25% of the supply hitting the market during those months. That means there needs to be a lot of demand for IMX, for the price of IMX to withstand such a dumpage. If we look at the market cap chart of IMX currently, we can already see that the market cap peaked very recently at all-time high levels in March of 2024. But because of so many more IMX coins being on the market, that is not reflected in the price of IMX. Demand for crypto gaming is there, then maybe this could offset the inflationary supply that is coming onto the market over the next 18 months. But if it's not there, it might keep prices sustained. And that's everything that I wanted to talk you through on Immutable X and the IMX token. The gaming industry is one of the largest in the world. It's growing at an exponential rate. And so based on the growth of gaming and the integration of blockchain tech into that world, should Immutable X and IMX therefore make it onto a crypto investing altcoin shortlist? As always, I share my final say on these altcoins with my 80/20 crypto newsletter subscribers. So if you want my honest opinion on whether this should be included within an altcoin shortlist or not, as well as future altcoins that we dive into, the link to 80/20 crypto is down in the description down below. We would love to have you there. The newsletter is all about trying to navigate the crypto industry safely. Crypto industry offers so many opportunities for life-changing returns, but only if you navigate it safely and you go after the 20% of crypto that actually yields 80% of the returns. The majority of crypto just simply doesn't do that. Of course, once again, if you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below. It means a heck of a lot to me when you do that. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.